Oh boy.
Oh,
You heard that?
I heard all of that.
Oh yeah. There's something more I want to say. Okay, we'll get into it. Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode 44. We're probably gonna leave everything before this in
You just jumped right into it.
because I don't want to forget what I wanted to say.
Okay, go.
So I just have this. Is it a habit? Is it a tick or whatever where I have to crack my neck all the time?
I would say it's a habit.
Yeah, and I it's annoying, and I don't want to do it all the time.
I mean, you shouldn't.
Why?
There have been cases where people rip off their spinal cord cracking their neck.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
Oh, why'd you tell me that?
I told you before, and you just chose not to listen to me.
Probably, or I just forgot.
No, I like cracking my neck.
It's not that I like it. It's just like there's times
I have
when
to
like
do it.
I feel that my neck just cannot move, and so I just have to crack it so I have flexibility back into my neck again. There's been times when like I'm at work, and I've told you about this before, where there's just a pressure in my neck that I know just needs to pop, and it never happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times at work where I am doing something, I try to pop, it doesn't pop. Then all of a sudden I just like happen to just move my head a certain way, and just the loudest pop comes out of my neck, and I'm like, it scares me at first, and I'm like,
Is my neck still intact?
Is it intact? Am I fine? Like, that scared me. I think that felt good, but I don't know. It's like a meme I saw. It's like, you crack your neck too hard that you enter third person mode.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I'm waiting for that to be me one day.
I wouldn't put it past you if you do that.
I wonder if all the cracks are going to pick up on the audio in the beginning.
If it does, we have to leave it in.
That's why I said we're going to leave in the beginning, and that's like a morning routine now. I wake up and just like, when I sit up, it's like knees pop, hips pop, and then I do my neck, crack, my shoulders, my elbows. I'm just like, all right, now I'm good to go.
I'm just broken.
It's like a glow stick in the morning. Except I don't shine.
Aww.
I'm still just exhausted and tired and not wanting to do anything.
You'll get there.
Shine bright like a diamond. I need to just shine bright like a glow stick for once.
There you go.
Diamond is never achievable. But how have you been?
I feel like I've been tired, but then I also feel like I've been rested, and I don't know how to explain that feeling.
I don't even know what that feeling is supposed to be.
I feel like I'm aware of everything, but then I'm also like just dormant. Like my brain is just like shut down, but I'm aware of things.
It's like I'm awake, but I'm sleepwalking.
Pretty much.
Every single time, you just make it sound more and more like you're a robot with a power on cycle for waking up in the morning.
Power on cycle.
Now you have I feel normal, but I feel dormant.
I don't know what I am anymore.
I am aware. Did you say I don't know what I am anymore?
Yeah.
But happy Valentine's Day. It is, I mean, as we're recording, this is the day after.
It's the day after, which is the best holiday because everything goes on sale.
My boss was saying the same thing. He was so excited. He's like, oh, Saturday's the day after.
No, what you really should do is wait until the Wednesday or Thursday after Valentine's Day because that's when everything goes like 90% off.
Oh.
And it's basically free, so you just pay pennies of like the leftover candy that's there.
Here's a giant ass box of chocolates for 25 cents.
Pretty much. Those are my holidays.
You don't live for the Valentine's Day, you live for the week after Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Usually go strolling into the store all like, yeah, here we go. This is my holiday. Which I know this is going to come out way after Valentine's Day, but like...
Oh, yeah.
We never said. We had to pre-record a lot. Due to your trip, my trip, and then there's something else coming up that we need to pre-record even more for. So
they're just stuff happening that we just need to be ahead of the game here.
Yeah. So I mean, this will date it, but Valentine's Day literally just happened yesterday.
Yes.
I went shopping. The amount of people, it's so sad to see just like guys huddled around the card section on the day of Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Looking like, is this one good enough? Is this one good enough? I'm like, Dude, the day of.
Do you not know you're a girl?
I mean, that goes to show, right? Like, if you're waiting until the very last second to do something like that, and all you're doing is just finding a card.
Yeah, because like even on Thursday when I went grocery shopping, there wasn't much, but there were people there, like shopping for like balloons and flowers and stuff.
I always feel like it's at the beginning of the week. That's about the time where you start prepping for stuff, like
Start thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. But as it gets closer, that's where like the mad dash for all the stuff they need happens until Friday, and it's just like, oh my god, we need stuff.
When do you think is the best time to, like, as a guy, to have everything prepared
For Valentine's Day?
Yeah,
The night before, have it ready to go.
at least. Yeah.
I hate Valentine's Day, period.
Oh, I know. You've made that very clear when we started talking before.
It's just, for me, my perspective of it is, it's an excuse for one day of the guy going all out of his way to make the day special for his lady
Yes.
or partner. And I'm not being all inclusive on that statement.
Let's save this one.
My thinking is, you should be doing that all year round.
Of course.
Yeah, it shouldn't be one day where you're like, you know what? Today we're going to go on a date and I'm going to buy you chocolate. Like,
every other day, I'm going to treat you like shit.
yeah, exactly. That's what it seems like it is like, there's our excuse to actually go do stuff. It's like, do the dates, do the chocolates, flowers throughout the year. It doesn't have to be one specific day. I hate it so much.
Aww.
It just turned into like this corporate thing, like any other holiday.
Of course, yeah.
Spend all your money on this overpriced chocolate that typically isn't as much money.
What you could make for buy yourself for like pennies.
Yeah. It's like, have you ever heard of I probably shouldn't call them out. There is a company that
if it's a corporation, do it. Just call them out.
Yeah.
we can cut it out. Just say it.
Here, there's a company. It's going to be well known for anyone who knows it. It's a company that sells strawberries with chocolate covered strawberries.
Okay.
You probably already know what the company is.
Yes.
And it's so crazy to me, like, because I've bought from them before in the past, and on specific holidays are purposely marked up prices.
Really?
Yes. So if you're like, oh, I want these delivered on Valentine's Day, it's like 3 times the cost.
Jeez.
It's like, how do you, at least you're transparent about it. That's
I guess
good.
Yeah.
But how shitty is that you're like, oh yeah, it's a special day, so we need to charge you 3 times the amount for strawberries.
No, you know what it is? If it's a specialty, they're punishing you for waiting so long.
No, even if you plan it ahead of time.
Oh, like say like the week before you buy it for the delivery date of the holiday. Oh.
Because it falls on to that day.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, I know.
I've done this, I know.
So in the past, I would schedule it just because they have it marked out color coded. I'd go right before the expensive period and be like, okay, this is when we're getting the strawberries.
And I'm putting it in the fridge to save it for the day.
Yes. Hey, you would appreciate that. That is savings.
You're not wrong.
You're always on my ass about savings.
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember that time we were out grocery shopping one time, and I was gonna buy. What was I gonna buy? I think I was gonna buy a cantaloupe.
Okay.
And it was like 4 or something.
Yeah.
But then there's a container of cantaloupe that was already pre-cut up for like $5, and you're like, why wouldn't you just buy that? Because you're going to spend more money on that and more time trying to cut that up, and it's already pre-cut and it's almost as much money.
Yeah. And the same thing too, because like I have a Costco membership and you don't. So we usually like go to Costco whenever you need things and I need things.
Yeah.
And then like you're looking at like the branded stuff and I'm like, why not just get the Kirkland brand? It's the same shit for like half the cost.
Yeah, I need to remind myself that more
and
often.
you're just like gravitating towards like the brand name items and like, stop it.
But as we talked about, I don't look at stuff like I know something and I just go and get it.
Yeah, we've said this so many times. You have horse blinders on. You have no awareness.
We just thought this just happened the other day.
It did.
With well, you might be thinking of a different one, but with the poppy soda.
Maybe. You're asking me if I remember something?
This is true. anyone who doesn't know, there's a new soda out, Poppy. It's better for you.
Well, it's been out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to be better for you.
It's new to me.
There you go.
They have a new flavor. It's a wild berry. And I got this. I'm like, oh, I like the can color. And I tried it. Delicious.
I like the can color.
Marketing. It worked on me. So I told you about it and you got it and whatnot. And it wasn't until like maybe my second or third time buying the can, whereas I said, did you realize that this is a Post Malone flavor?
Oh, I do remember that now.
And you're like, yeah, it says right on the can.
Yep.
It's like, all I saw was the cool color and the word wildberry, and I'm all in. And I didn't look at anything else about that can.
Yeah.
But what was the thing you're thinking of? What's the other thing?
It was when we were in Trader Joe's and because after we came back from our trips, we did not have anything in our fridges.
Oh yeah, so we're like, let's make this a group effort and buy groceries.
Buy that like the most shit we could get.
We spend so much money on food.
Well, I noticed you just like looking straight down into like the grab and go freezer section, not looking up, and then like you keep asking me like, oh, where'd you get that? Where'd you find this? Like, just look.
you just slowly pointed up above where I was standing, right in front of you. Yeah, I don't look up at Trader Joe's. My head stays down.
Your head stays down because you know where everything is. So like either you're looking straight of where you need to go, and then you look down, back up, next section, look down, back up. That's it.
But to be fair, everything above that section is just all snacks and things that I shouldn't be buying anyways.
True.
So I'm just, if I don't look at it, I'm not tempted.
But then again, you do have more of a restraint than I do.
Kinda.
That if I show you things that you say no very easily.
I keep seeing, every time I'm walking around Trader Joe's, I keep seeing those fucking peanut butter cups in a giant tin.
Oh.
And I'm like, motherfuckers. I'm like, stop just waving it in my face. I'm gonna buy this one day. I don't want it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help that Trader Joe's has now started doing like seasonal drops of a lot of snacks.
Like what?
Like more recently, they just released a trail mix with like pretzels and peanut butter cups and like tiny cookies and cocoa dusted almonds and cashews. And I bought it and I'm like, this was a mistake. I'm going to go and buy more of this if they don't get rid of it right now.
Yeah, they do that with, what's the other one that they bring every like holiday? I can't remember. I know there's one that I always see every like holiday. I'm like, oh, there it is. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't do it this year.
I kind of want, because I know what you're talking about and I kind of want it. But at the same time, I'm like, this is going to be way too much for me.
It is. Yeah, I got to remember like living by myself, eating for one. I cannot buy these giant things of
No,
snacks.
unless you take it for work.
Yeah, but no.
No. That way I'm able to have a bowl, but then I'm not tempted to eat the entire tin.
This is true.
And based off work, like everybody there is a vulture. It'll be gone in like 5 minutes if I bring something in.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, I spent all this money, gave it to you, now everyone ate it, but now what if I want one down the road? And I'm like, well, I throw it out for the birds.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes me back to where like I keep seeing recipes on YouTube for like, oh, here's this really cool snack you can make. And I'm like, I want to make that, but I don't want the sugar.
I remember back in the day, you keep sending me recipes of snacks and baked goods and things that I will never make, but they always look so good.
It was all Japanese snacks. It was like an ASMR cooking thing.
To be fair, there was that one, I don't want to say low calorie because I did the calculation and it was about the same amount of calories.
The pancakes?
For pancakes, yeah.
Yep.
I did make that one. And that was not bad.
I think I did too. I can't remember. Have you ever done the banana egg pancakes?
No.
Wait, is it banana egg? Yeah. No. Yeah. So literally all it is just one banana and I think one egg. You smash up the banana, you put in the egg, you mix it all up, and that's your pancake batter.
Interesting.
They're very good.
Oh, you've tried it.
Oh yeah, I used to make them all the time back in the day.
Aww.
That's one thing I've been doing too. I've been like, if I see a recipe on YouTube now, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna like, at least for food,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy the ingredients and make this, and then
Try it out.
try to explore food more.
Because you've done that with tofu like very recently.
Yes.
To the point where like you started sending me stuff because I wanted to try it.
Well, I think we should backtrack on this.
Okay.
We talked about starting going into tofu 3 years ago.
This was 2021 when we first started talking.
It was that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like after we got back from lockdown and we started getting to know each other more, like you brought up the fact like, hey, I want to try doing this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not a bad idea. If you do it, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And you've just never done it until now.
4 years later, here we are. I'm finally getting to it. Yeah, because I mean, something that people want to know is like, I'm like 99% vegetarian.
I wouldn't say you're that high.
95%.
I would say probably 80.
What? That's so much lower.
Considering the stuff that you would get at restaurants and the stuff you eat at work.
Okay, true. Okay, fair. 80% vegetarian. Well, okay, no, but eating at home.
I mean, you do have chicken.
That's what I mean. Like 99%, like chicken's pretty much the only meat I have at home.
Okay.
I don't go out of my way to buy red meat or anything.
Right.
So I've always said like, oh, Impossible Nuggies, amazing. I love those.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Impossible Burgers, love those. But I'm like, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
If there was just a way for me to like make this like at home or something, and that's where tofu came from, where I'm like, that's a good alternative for chicken. So yeah, 4 years later, here we are. I'm finally trying it out and making it. Also, too, because I don't want to get too far away from this, I did bring up that I wanted to talk about like gifts for Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
Specifically from companies, because you got a bunch of gifts for Valentine's Day.
Whoa.
I don't know. My tongue did not move on that word. For Valentine's Day.
I can't wait to listen back to that when I'm editing this.
Oh,
but yes, no. So our group, well, okay, so there's a vendor that we work with, and they usually have like these trade shows, and we got recently invited to one of these trade shows, so I had to like RSVP and everything. So I went down there not really expecting, because they were like, hey, so it's going to be on Valentine's Day, or the day before Valentine's Day, we're going to have this gift station that you guys can put together gifts for Valentine's.
Oh, nice.
But this was like early in the morning, so I was like already in my head, I was like, I'm going to go later in the day because I have like a lot of meetings I have to attend, which never happened, by the way, like typical work story. But going down there, I was just like, I don't expect to make one of these because of how many people are going to be there. And so when I got down there, they were still doing it. And I'm like, ooh, I could pick stuff out. And it was just like the typical like wine bottles and like stuff that you would share with your significant other.
Right.
Like a coffee press and whatever. It's like the small little French press thing, which I mean, I don't drink coffee, so I didn't take it.
I would have
like I didn't choose that. I chose a massage roller thing for like your leg and feet.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I got one of those. I got a few like little tiny gifts, like some candies.
And this is all free, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then even with that, it's like these vendors have like their own companies that they work with. Like they have their own line card. And so each of those companies would come in and like they would do their own presentation of like, this is what our product is. But they would also give out free shit along with that. So I was just like, my hands were just full of shit that I did not need, but I wanted.
Is anyone else giving out bags? Because I need a bag for all this stuff.
Yeah, I need a bag for my bag. But then leaving, it's like, hey, whatever you picked out, give it to this attendant right here, and they'll pack it for you.
Jeez, they went all out for this.
Leaving, I got my bag, and there was just like, it was just stuff I picked out, but then it was also like a box of chocolates and like other stuff that's like along with it. I'm like, oh, this is what you meant by packing. So I got like a shit ton of chocolates just sitting right there right now. They were like, yeah, when you leave, take a bouquet of flowers. I'm like, oh. Okay.
This is going to me.
I am being loved. From me to me.
Thank you, me.
I love you, me.
Which is hilarious that like you got all that stuff for free, and then I get home from work. First of all, my apartment complex had a Valentine's Day event thing.
Oh, okay.
The Valentine's Day event went from 2 in the afternoon to 5 in the afternoon while everyone is at work. Who is this catered to?
Exactly, yeah.
So I get home. In my door is a card from the apartment complex. It's like, thank you for being so sweet. There's a tiny ass lollipop on this card. About the size of a nickel is how big this lollipop is.
Thank you for giving us money. Here is a lollipop.
Yeah, exactly my first thought. Thank you for all the profits you gave us this year. Here's a tiny little lollipop. Blink-182 gave us bigger lollipops than this one.
Exactly. Which, do you still have yours?
Yes, I have yet
Same.
to open it.
I have yet to open it too.
I don't know how long they last, and I don't want to like let it go bad, but I don't want to ruin like.
I might just keep the wrapper.
What if we like? Have you ever seen those YouTube channels or videos where they just put shit in epoxy?
Yes, and I've been wanting to do that. I have so much shit lying around that I want to just like drain in like epoxy and make stuff out of.
Wait, whoa, hold on. How much stuff do you have that you want to put into epoxy?
I have a few flowers. I have some rocks, shells, stuff like that.
Some rocks.
From hikes. I like hiking. I collect rocks.
Oh, we shouldn't talk about that topic
Why?
with hikes and rocks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, and I'm like, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about that one. Sorry to blue ball anyone listening on that one. Yeah, maybe we could do that with the lollipops. Just epoxy them.
Maybe.
And then they say good forever.
Yeah. It's just one of those things like I want to learn how to do that first because I don't want to mess it up.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to.
You need like a mold and like a lot of shit to like
getting the proportions right. And
yeah, exactly.
That would be
so
cool.
I might just like maybe we could do that actually and just like stuff paper in there and just see how it works before we actually do it.
Test with paper, go grab rocks from your driveway or something to use those ones instead.
Rocks from my driveway.
Practice rocks.
Practice rocks.
Did you hear about the guy who epoxied a hot dog?
No. What?
It was on Reddit like years ago, but he epoxied a hot dog and a bun. I think it had condiments on it. I'm not sure. And every few months, he would post an update video to show what it looks like now. And it still just looks like a hot dog, just in epoxy, like just forever preserved in this. Maybe that's something we do this year.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
The one thing I hate about YouTube and stuff is like finding out about new hobbies that you didn't know that was out there.
Yeah.
You're like, but now I want to do this.
Damn it.
Like wood turning. Have you ever watched a wood turning video?
I remember you showing me that way back in the day. That and then like, what was the other one?
There's another one?
Not wood turning, but like, not plastic. What is it? Some sort of material that's like all colors and like you just keep like taking it out and then putting it back in the roller and then keeps taking it out.
Oh, the
I forget what it's called.
Silicone.
Yeah.
Was it silicone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I want that job.
Yes. That looks so fun.
Anyone who likes like satisfying videos and whatnot, you've probably seen the silicone rollers and colors. Mm-hmm. I would like to be hired for that company just to do that job. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't want to do all the smart stuff. Just give me the silicone, give me the colors, and I want to go squish it.
I just want to play with it.
The amount of times I've been up until like 2 a.m. watching wood turning videos as well. It's like
I remember you telling me that way back in the day.
It's
of like
so satisfying.
I didn't know people did that until I met you.
I didn't know people did that until I met YouTube.
No, like staying up watching a single type of video until 2 a.m, not sleeping. Knowing they have to go to work the next day. Voluntarily sacrificing sleep for shit like that.
I'm not sacrificing sleep. I'm just not tired, so I'm going to be awake.
Then you just complain the next day of, oh, I'm so tired. I wonder why.
That is my job's fault for having me go in so early.
That is your fault for not prioritizing yourself.
If I could work any amount of hours, I would love to just sleep all day and just work at night. That's my perfect work time.
Oh, yeah. I've seen. I've heard.
There's been times when we're about to like record or something and you'll see the time code of the rundown of topics and what time I put topics in. And how late were you up last night?
It's funny because you're not the only person I know who likes to work at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like other people I know in my life and at work too. Like they love staying up and would stay up if they could.
I don't think I've ever met anyone. Every single person I meet, they're like, oh yeah, I was up at 4 a.m. and I went to bed at 7 o'clock last night and I feel so rested and like productive. And I'm like, how are you doing this?
That used to be me.
I know it used to be you.
Just calling me out.
But you on top of like every other person I meet, they're like, yeah, I got up early. I'm like, how are you guys doing this?
Honestly, it's really hard at first, but then you just become so used to it.
No, thank you.
Okay. I tried.
My productivity doesn't hit until the sun goes down and then I'm ready to go.
I know. So this has been a number of weeks now of you having a list of stuff that you want to talk about and then we never get to it just because we're either making fun of the most random shit we find on the internet or just making fun of ourselves that we just forget that you have stuff to talk about.
Even that, like even this now, I'm looking at the rundown we have for today and we're not going to make it to like probably most of these because this is like, and that's been a recurrent thing that we're just like, we hone in on one thing for way too long and then it's like, oh wow, the episode's over already. So yeah, I mean, this is going to date it a tiny bit too, but back, we were talking about the recorder.
Ah, okay.
You were talking about like, oh, hot cross buns, like that used to be our jam. And I'm like, yeah, I can hear it in my head now, like playing those notes.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one who worked on the shorts for that. If anyone saw the short for that clip, I didn't know hot cross buns was a real thing. I knew that was going to be your reaction. The amount of judge coming out of your eyes right now.
I have no words. What?
I thought it was just the song that you play on the recorder. Do, 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 do. That's what I know. I did not know it was a food.
Wow. We learned that this day we learned the song.
Really?
Because our teacher was like, just so you know, you can find these, I think, in Britain, because it's very popular there.
Oh.
That's what the song is named for. We're going to play it here. Here are the notes.
Yeah, we were never told that. We're just, here's the song you need to learn.
I mean, considering where you grew up, I don't put it past you for not learning.
Oh, no. And so, like, I go to start that short, and you start the short off by saying, hot cross buns, that was my jam. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do for hot cross buns? So I just type it into Google search, like, okay, what am I going to find? What picture do I need? And I keep seeing all these pictures of buns with, like, a cross of icing probably in it. And I'm like, what are these? And I click on it and it says hot cross buns. I'm like, oh, that's a real thing.
Wow.
Could you imagine if, like, whether you and I went or I went by myself on a trip to London, England, I was going around and I go into a store or a restaurant or bakery and I see on the sign hot cross buns and how my mind would have been blown had I never looked it up.
I really do wish that would happen now. I would have loved to see that reaction.
Excuse me, sir. What is a hot cross bun? I just know the song.
I was just taught the song as a kid. Wow.
Does not help the stupid American stereotype.
Not at all. Does not help you at all.
I've accepted my fate because of this show.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there are things that I have learned too.
Really?
But I feel like the majority of the show, I've been teaching you a lot.
Yeah. What have I taught you?
Nothing. You're dumb.
You just said you learned stuff.
I said I've learned stuff based off this show from looking at stuff on the internet. You haven't you haven't taught me shit.
I tell you what not to do.
You have showed me time and time again how not to be.
But the other thing I wanted to talk about too, I had another like stoner moment, which I need to clarify on because you were even confused about this too.
Okay.
The first time when we were talking about words and trees and whatnot, I said it was a stoner moment. I was never high on anything. It was a thought I had where I'm like, this is something a stoner would think of if they were high.
To be fair, you did buy a shit ton of things from a dispensary.
Shit ton of, you're making it sound like I came out with a shopping
Okay,
cart
fine.
full of
Two
stuff.
things.
Two things.
Forgive me if I thought that you were high off that when you were thinking these things.
It is legal here, by the way. It's not a bad thing. No. Okay, so I guess I should clarify that too. The reason for that is to sleep. It's not like midday I'm gonna have this thing. I'm gonna have it. It's gonna make me really tired. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Ah, okay.
That's why I use it. I guess I never explained that to you.
You never told me about this. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not to be like super, super high. The one I've gone like beyond high before on accident.
You've told me.
And I don't like it. I hate that feeling of being super high.
See, because you never explained that either of how you don't like it. So I just always thought you like doing it occasionally. And so like when you told me the first time or like a few months ago or whatever that you did buy this, that's what my mind went to of like, oh, he's wanted to try this again.
No. It is only specifically like it's a small amount to get me tired, but I don't feel high. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go pass out because I'm tired now. That's all it's used for. So I'm outside with my dog again.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's to the point where we're in snowy season right now, but it's kind of like,
yeah,
we have snow, but we're also kind of getting rain sometimes. So I always have to check before I take the dog out.
Mm-hmm.
I look out and it looked like it was raining lightly with some snow mixed in. So I'm like, I should wear my rain jacket, go outside. I'm out there, no rain. It was just kind of lightly snowing, but I guess that looked like rain.
Right.
I'm now like kind of cold because I don't have my big jacket on and I'm wearing a rain jacket. And I'm like, what would happen if someone saw me right now? Just wearing a rain jacket out with light snow. Like, oh, what's this moron doing? And I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could have, you never had AOL Instant Messenger, right? Or did you have like...
Me personally, no, but I know of it. I've known people who have used it.
But did you use another one though, right?
MSN?
MSN, that was the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how you used to be able to make your own like little profile thing that people could click on and read your thought or whatever you put up?
Your status or whatever?
Like a status, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, wouldn't it be cool if humans could have a status message that, like, if you hovered over a person, like if I stared at you, a status message would pop up on your head to say, like, this is why I'm doing this thing that I'm doing.
I mean, with that brain microchip, I feel like that's going to be eventually happening.
Because mine would have been, I thought it was raining outside.
I'm stupid always.
Like, I feel like if we had that, it'd have a perfect explanation of what's going on. And it's like, I get it now. I don't have to talk to this person.
Like, just avoid. Oh, that one looks interesting. Let's go talk to this person.
You would have so many people that like start putting emojis in their like statuses.
It's like a sim.
Quotes to a song.
Oh, that would be me.
Yeah, 100% you.
Did I tell you I started doing that?
What?
So we use Discord at work to communicate internally within the company. And you know how on Discord you could set a status?
Can you? Oh yeah, I guess you can. I never do it, but yeah.
So back in the day, or not back in the day, but like that's what people do to like let everyone know, hey, we're working from home.
Yeah.
So we just do like WFH. I've started doing song lyrics, like emo song lyrics, one line every day to fill up a song, and just seeing if anyone can guess it.
Has anyone even caught on to that yet?
One person has, but only because I told her about it.
That's funny. With that though, you got to be careful on which songs you choose.
I not blur out, but I censor out the more bad words.
Badder words.
Badder words.
The more badder words.
The one I'm doing right now is From First to Last, The Latest Plague.
Oh, nice.
I haven't gotten to the end of it yet, only because like the trips ruined it, weekends ruined it, so I just forget. But now like started getting back into it, and I'm like, I'm determined to finish this song.
If we had like status messages that could pop up, it would be cool to just like, you know how in Discord as well, going off of that, how someone's listening to Spotify is like the Spotify symbol is like listening to this song.
Oh, same with games. Like if you log in
yeah.
and tells you what game you're playing, yeah.
And then so it's like, You just look around and it's like, oh, that person's listening to the so-and-so. Oh, let me check this out.
Wasn't that, in a sense, kind of like MySpace?
I don't remember MySpace having that feature.
Well, you could like put whatever song you want, right?
Oh, for autoplay on your page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was never really on MySpace. I had an account. I never used it just because it was like dying down by the time I got onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Your, not generation, but your group of people, I guess.
You people.
You people had MySpace. I was more into the Tumblr emo era.
Ah, yeah.
So with like the flannels and like...
I avoided Tumblr.
Was there a reason why? Aside from why Tumblr got canceled, in a sense.
Why did they got canceled because of porn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I avoided that, but there was like a huge side of stuff that like I was a part of.
I think it's one of those things of I just didn't know about Tumblr until down the road when they were like, oh, that's going to be, all the porn is going to be removed from Tumblr. I'm like, what the fuck is Tumblr? I never even heard of this website.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. And like you knew what accounts were doing that just because it was very like out there of like, hey, you could tell by the name of the blog and the photo that they posted to avoid that. So I just like started blacklisting everything that would pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. I started following stuff that like pertained to me. So like the music and like stuff like that, which is where I wanted to get my style from, and I was never allowed to do.
Aww.
Until I grew out of it. I was like, okay, I can be normal.
The MySpace days were so amazing because like you can go to a band, like say I just found out about a band, I'd go to their MySpace and then they had a top 8 of other bands that they're friends with. And you're like, oh, I never heard of them. Click on them. You can go. I went down so many rabbit holes of bands' top 8s of finding new bands. That is how I found out about Enter Shikari.
Oh, okay.
I was on some band's MySpace and maybe like number 8 or towards the end of the list was Enter Shikari. I'm like, oh, that's a cool name. I like that. And I clicked on it. I'm like, I love this. And I started listening to them.
Aww.
Mostly all the stuff I know today is because of MySpace.
Okay. Most of the stuff that I know is from word of mouth.
And me.
and you, yeah. I mean, granted, the earlier pop punk emo stuff I kind of knew about.
Right.
I just didn't have an outlet for that. So I like couldn't access it because I didn't have anything to access it from. Dude,
on our...
because we don't have video, you go, dude, and you just stare directly into the camera with like the widest eyes and just stay like that for like a solid minute.
I was kind of start a topic, and once I said dude, I realized I didn't know how I wanted to start the topic, and then I froze. Oh boy. Our YouTube channel, like whenever we're uploading stuff, it has officially turned into just being recommended bands and new music popping up, because I think one time I forgot I was on the Intersint YouTube and I started watching music videos. So now our algorithm is just music.
Not bad. I would totally go listen to that.
No. So every time I go on to like upload stuff, it's like, oh, here's a whole list of like new bands. So I started clicking around. The grunge era is coming back now.
I kind of heard of that.
Like grunge and that... I need to find the video and I'll send it to you if I can find it. There's this band, it sounds like it's straight from like the 90s rock era.
Huh.
I'm like, how are we back to this point again?
I mean, Gen Alpha, I guess, wants to be us so bad that they're trying to dig up anything they can find about us.
Did you hear that they're rediscovering Nickelback and like Creed? And they're like, have you guys heard about these bands? It's like, we were there from the beginning with these bands.
Holy hell.
So apparently like Nickelback, Creed, all those like older alt rock, shitty rock bands.
Shitty rock.
They're now getting like popular again because now the new generation is finding out about them.
That makes sense now, because I just saw a thing of Nickelback going on. Was it Nickelback? No. It's either Nickelback or Backstreet Boys. I can't remember, but one of them is going on tour again, and I'm just like, why?
How are you relevant still?
How are you still relevant?
Thank the younger generation. They're bringing it back.
I guess, yeah.
I almost made a Justin Timberlake reference, and I just now realized that that's NSYNC and not Backstreet Boys.
Yep.
Which one was Backstreet Boys?
Ain't nothing but a
Not song-wise, but like, who was the main person in Backstreet Boys?
Aaron Carter, was it?
No.
No.
Isn't he dead?
I think. Nick Carter. I knew it was a Carter.
Nick Carter. He's like the
Nick Carter, Howie Doro, yeah.
Okay, yeah. None of these guys look familiar at all.
Aaron Carter's his brother.
Oh, okay. But we were talking about this the other day of like Justin Timberlake, and someone was like, whatever happened to him? Because I'd never thought about this before. Like, he just fucked off. He's just gone now, right?
He's gone, yeah. I think. I want to look this up. Oh, I didn't even realize he was married to Jessica Biel.
You never knew that?
No. Oopsies. So I'm just like scrolling down his Wikipedia, yeah. It looks like he's still making music.
You just don't hear about it anymore.
Probably because they just don't, it's not relevant.
I guess. At what point though, like, because we're talking about like, he has just all his money, like from music, from acting.
Yeah.
He could literally just say, I'm done, and just never have to worry about money again.
He could have done that a long time ago.
Who was that one guy from Malcolm in the Middle? No.
You know, I never actually saw that show.
I never did either. All I know is that Walt from Breaking Bad is in that.
Oh, okay.
No, not Walt. What's his name? Heisenberg.
Same person.
Yeah. The guy who makes the meth.
Same person.
All I know is that he's the dad in Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
Fuck, hold on. I want to find this guy's name. Because he was, Frankie Muniz.
Okay.
Like, he did the same thing where he's just like, he did all this acting as a kid, and now he just races cars. That's all he does. And he enjoys doing that, and he's done. Even Jessica Alba, she just quit acting, and now she's like a business person, like making products.
No, but I was going to say, that was kind of like Patrick Dempsey, too.
Who's that?
He's in Grey's Anatomy. Or was in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
But he was acting for a long time and then went into racing for a few years. And I don't know. Can't tell if he just fell off of everything. Because the last time he raced was in 2015.
Huh.
But then after that, like, he's barely acting in anything.
Yeah. It's like, you made your money. You can just have fun and do what you want to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no reason to just, unless you like acting. Like, obviously, some people like acting. So, like, you want to keep doing that. But at a certain point, you just reach a money limit where it's just like, I can just be whoever I want to be.
Exactly. It would be so nice.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of, I just told you about this, and I sent the link last night. Idris Elba is a musician.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Like, holy hell.
Wait, like, first of all, how and why?
He just loves music, so aside from acting, he just makes his own stuff on the side.
And you just sent me that yesterday, and it reminded me of music that you would listen to when you're playing FIFA.
I've never played a FIFA game, so I'm just...
If you just watch a Let's Play of FIFA, you will tell exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll have to check that out. But I want to, like, now I'm like, is he ever going to go touring? Like, let's go see Idris Elba tour.
If you go, I'll go.
Go to a club just raving out to his dance electronic music. But yeah, I think we're done.
Okay. Let's end it.
But yeah, so if you like that episode, be sure to check us out on all of our socials. Go comment, subscribe. I'm getting all out of order. Rate us. Do all the things.
You're doing it right.
I didn't have the rundown up, so I'm trying to do it from memory. Go follow our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I think we need to get more of those.
What?
Socials. There's more stuff out there.
Sure, we can talk about it.
But follow all that at Instagram. Oh, God. Follow all that.
Okay, no, shut up. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Intersint Pod. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Take 2.
Huh?
Never mind. Bye.